Hi, welcome back to Orlando Experience. So today we are back at Universal Studios today. Tonight is the opening of the new nighttime show. So they have one over at Hogwarts that my dad's over there filming right now. And we're heading over to Universal right now to film the new Universal Lake show that has drones, I think some fireworks, and then obviously the water screens like before. I'm curious to see if the water screens seem updated at all, because obviously the projectors broke last time and that's why they stopped doing them. So they probably upgraded them a little bit. So we're gonna head in, we're gonna try to get a spot. It's a little over an hour before showtime. So we're gonna go get a spot right now. We will be checking out the store in a little bit after we're done with the show. We're gonna come a little bit later towards when it's dark, and we'll head inside the store, and I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited to go in. I have seen that there's a model, and I really like theme park models, so I'm very excited to see that. So I'm gonna go try to get a spot right now and hope I can get a good one. So as we're kind of walking back, I thought I would talk a little bit about the show. So they did announce all this a little bit ago. I think about a month ago, they announced the new parade of the two new nighttime shows, and obviously they fully announced DreamWorks Land, and obviously you've already seen. It is officially, I think, soft open now, or no, I think it opened today. Yeah, it opened today. So it was soft open for a little bit, but now it's fully open and it will land. And a while back, I think it was 2 years ago, during Horror Nights, there was a big hurricane that came through and broke a bunch of the projectors and a bunch of the equipment for the nighttime show. So they stopped doing both nighttime shows, one for Horror Nights and the normal one. Around that time, I was very sad because I really liked the Horror Nights one. I decently liked the normal one, but I really liked the Horror Nights one, so was a little upset that happened. So I'm glad they brought it back. I'm hoping for a Horror Nights one. I doubt it will happen, but I am in high hopes for it. I do see some new Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. There's a new photo op inside the tribute store. We'll probably get that in a little bit because I'm really trying to head back here to get a slot for the show. I'll kind of show you where it is. It's in the park area right over here real quick.
Oh, that's so cute! And they wish her a happy birthday. Oh, you're so cute.
The music of movies. Beautiful and powerful soundscapes that help bring to life fantastic stories. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel you good creeping up on you. Just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. Man, ain't nobody leaving soon, so keep dancing. Systems critical. Deploying expert technical crew. Lighting re-energizing. Control systems go. Flamethrowers engaged. H2O systems rehydrating. Show reboot complete. true love. Princess Peach. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Mario, Luigi, and a donkey come true. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Peaches, 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 peaches.
Get your money. No, not this time. Come on, come on.
Okay, fine, fellas. No nonsense.
It's incredible how a few simple notes, strung together in just the right key and tempo, can inspire the imagination, taking us back in time, leaving us wanting more. And as our cinematic symphony gently fades into the calm of the night, these enchanting melodies will continue to echo within us, becoming universal harmonies that inspire us all to live out our own epic adventures.
So quickly, as we're walking past the tribute store, they did add a Bill and Ted food or phone booth over there with a few different things in it. So they do have a couple things there. They do have like a night helmet. Look back there, obviously all references. Obviously Universal has a long history of Bill and Ted and being the main show at Horror Nights for years. So it's kind of fun to see it there. Heading over to the Five and Dime right now to look at the new Horror Nights merch too. So here's a look at the new design for Halloween Horror Nights. Again, another generic one, but with a lot of references, and obviously Little Boo being a main theme of this. I do like it a decent amount. They have a few different things. They do have like a tumbler down here, and they do have like an acrylic stand, some magnets, stuff like that. I do like this shirt, but I think like the last one I got a little bit more. Right to the right of that, they actually have the announcement shirt for A Quiet Place. I think it looks alright. I don't love this like big design on it, but I do think it reflects the movie pretty well. Don't love it, don't hate it. Don't think I will get it, but hopefully, because usually the announcement shirt's a little bit different from the house shirt that they'll actually release during Horror Nights. So maybe we'll see a new one here soon. We're gonna head outside and wrap up this part, and then we'll head to the store in City Walk for Epic Universe. So my kind of thoughts of the show. I know a lot of people have really liked this show. I've seen huge praise on social media, and I will say it is a very good show. But calling it the best theme park show I think is a little much for me. Do I think it's better than like Happily Ever After or the show at Epcot? I do think there's a little more elements going on. I think the water screens could be a little more clear. I think they have too many geysers in front. It kind of almost blurs out the water screen at a point and makes it hard to see. The drones are very cool. I do wish there was again, they utilized them a little bit more there because it felt like they were a little underutilized in certain parts. But overall, I thought it was a really good show. But do I think it's better than like something like Fantasmic? Well, that might be stretching it. Fantasmic is amazing, and I think that's very hard to beat, especially with all the practical sets and actual life actors in that show, compared to this where it's just screens, drones, and projector mapping. Though I thought this show was amazing. I think this is such a step up for the Universal Nighttime show. I thought the last one before this was kind of okay. It wasn't great, it wasn't really too bad, but I usually didn't stay and watch it. I thought the Horror Nights show, though, on the other hand, was fantastic. I actually still think I like the Horror Nights show better than this, so I'm really hoping they do bring that back this year. It might be false hope because obviously this just came about. They just fixed all this, and they just did this show. Do we really think they're going to do another one for Horror Nights in just like 2 or 3 months? Probably not, but I can dream because I really like the Horror Night version. But again, I don't want to make anybody upset. I love this show, but I think calling it the best theme park show is a little over exaggerating. I know there's a lot of people that really like it, but I still prefer Fantasmic. We're gonna head over to the Epic Universe kind of preview store. They have a lot of merch in there we'll look at, and they also have the model, and I'm really excited to see the model in there, so we'll head over there right now. So the Epic Universe Preview Center is kind of where this old Universal store used to be that kind of had like a bunch of like classic merch. It was kind of at a point that I'm kind of glad they took it out because they didn't really have as much classic merch in there at a point, and it kind of felt like an empty purpose store. I like hardly went in it. But they do have the Epic Universe Preview Center right now, so we'll take you guys in. So kind of right as you walk in, there is a Dark Universe kind of spot over here with a lot of different merch. I do like this middle shirt here. I do think it's pretty neat. The jacket's not too bad either. I like it with the lightning strike, but I do really like this Frankenstein hat that says Dark Universe on it. I think that's pretty cool. But again, this is obviously a preview for a lot of merch. I would even be surprised if a lot of this merch doesn't even show up in the park. And I imagine right over here, is the portal for Dark Universe. Obviously kind of themed about what they will actually look like in the park and what it will kind of look like probably when you walk in. This is my most anticipated land. I love Mario and stuff, so that's definitely a close second, but I really like horror and classic Universal, so I'm very excited for this. So, and then off to the right side, right as you walk in, you do have the Celestial Park kind of merch. That is more of just the Epic Universe merch. This hoodie isn't too bad. I do not like this shirt, but I do like this kind of spirit jersey type thing. I think we showed that in a previous video. I think they had that a little while ago. But I do like the different colors on a couple of the things. I think it makes it look nice. but I never liked the shirts with just like logo on it. I just don't think it looks that good. But here's the logo for Celestial Park. So as we walk in past that Celestial Park merch, we do have the gate for the Isle of Berk. That is obviously from How to Train Your Dragon. We do have a bunch of merch again. They had some of this before in just the normal shop. I think some of it looks alright. Again, nothing's my super favorite. I do like this hat here. I don't think it looks too bad. I like that it's actually, so you can see it's kind of a button on it. Could worry about that peeling off at a point, but I doubt it will.
Look at this man, it's like multiple.
And they do have like a yellow shirt over here. It's definitely more of a kid's shirt. And they have a bunch of plushes, and this definitely kid's hat for Toothless. An overall nice hat. So the next portal we come to with a very bright light in my eyeballs is the Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. Again, looks like a super pretty photo op here. With some merch kind of extending right over there. So we'll walk over there in just a second. But they do have some more merch over here. And you have to forgive me, but I do not remember what her name is. But it's like the female Toothless. And then they do have a phone case right here for it. They also do have an app. I'm going to download it real quick, but for the Epic Universe Preview Center. I think it's interesting, so I'll download it and kind of look at it. So over here for the Harry Potter merch, they do have a Niffler. A few other small, like Fantastic Beasts type stuff. They do have some wands over here. Obviously, I don't think these are the new ones, so I don't even think they've shown those off yet. So these are just the normal ones. I would say if you're coming here, planning to go here, do not buy these older ones quite yet, because they are going to have new ones that have additional functionality in the new Harry Potter area. So that's just a little quick fact. Just I would hold off on buying any of that stuff. But I do like this shirt here. I think this is a cool logo. Woo. They do have a sling bag with the same logo down here. And again, pretty good looking dad. This is actually some of the best looking merch, I think. Little tea glass here. And they do have a jacket right over there with just Harry Potter Ministry of Magic on it. Imagine there's, yeah, same logo on the back. I do like that logo. I think it looks nice. The next one we come to is going to be Super Nintendo. So this is kind of a merch a lot of people have seen already, because this was, you know, this already exists both in Japan and Hollywood now. So I think they basically have all this stuff that we have. I do really like it though. I've always been a pretty big fan of Nintendo, so I'm so excited that this is getting land, and I'm really hoping this kind of builds a gateway for these parks to spend more money on buying different video game IPs or even company IPs to build parks. Like I could only imagine like a PlayStation area with like God of War and all that. I think that would be so cool. But again, it's all up to how this park does, I think, with this. Obviously, we already know it's super successful. But again, that's mainly in Japan, and that's kind of obvious that it would do well. But I do like all of this merch in here right now. They will obviously have the power-up bands here. They're not on sale yet. I did kind of want to see them here, but I kind of knew that was a false hope. Not really because you can use them yet, but just because I wanted one. But they will be available to purchase probably as soon as the land opens. And there obviously are like interactables with different parts of the land. So they have a bunch of different ears over here that I've seen a lot of these mushroom ones here. And I'm usually not an ear guy, but man, these boo ears here, these are pretty heat. I really like these ears. Don't know if I'll buy them. Maybe at some point, just to wear every once in a while, but obviously we're gonna come up on the model here in a second. I'm gonna walk back to that kind of corner to look at a little bit more of the generic merch, and then we'll look at the model from a couple different angles. So over here I do see a couple hats. I don't know if these are new or not. Of course, missing my boy, the Invisible Man, my favorite. He not here. But I do like the Children of the Night one. I feel like I've seen this before, so this is probably not new to the store. They do have a couple more Harry Potter, like, different creatures over here. Then they do have same kind of merch we saw. I forgot to mention, they do have the tumblers that are the normal universal ones that come with all-day refills initially, and then you can obviously like recharge it when you come back. So we've come around to the front of the park first. You can kind of see the front entryway there. Obviously this park is massive. It's really hard to get the full grip of the model through a video. It's so big. Obviously we come to the middle and you can kind of see that front like carousel kind of thing. It's going to be right in the middle. Then right off to the right of Celestial Park you can see the big new dueling coaster. But I will be interested to see how it kind of looks on the skyline of the Isle of Berk, because it's kind of right on the background of it. So I just thought that was interesting. We'll walk around that way and try to get a spot over there. Closest one we're actually to right now is Super Nintendo World. That is right there. Obviously you can't see it super good from this angle. You can see a lot of show building back here, but again we'll walk around the side here and look at it. Then top left there is Dark Universe. That's the big new Universal Hotel. And the pictures that they did show up, the concept arts look really, really pretty. So that's super exciting. And then obviously in the very back right over there, you can see the new Wizarding World Ministry of Magic area. But again, this park is massive when you really kind of see it in a model. You can only imagine how really big this thing will be. So we'll kind of move, I think, through the left side and move all the way around. So we moved for our first location here. That is going to be Super Nintendo. You can kind of see the gateway right there. That's going to be the gateway where you come in through Peach's Castle there. And then obviously you have the Yoshi ride kind of running through all the land. And then obviously this big giant show building here that we see is going to be the Mario Kart ride. Then right off to the left of that, and we are the first ones getting this, it's going to be Donkey Kong Country. Again, you're going to walk through kind of the back side of Nintendo Land to get into this area. And you're going to walk all the way through then this show building back here and kind of see the front of it. It's going to be the minecart ride. If you haven't seen how that ride works, it looks really cool. I think it will be really impressive to see. But overall, it looks super cool from this angle. I love seeing models and, kind of just be able to see everything a little bit early. There is a lot of extra land kind of about. There's obviously a plot of land right here, and there is a plot of land in between Dark Universe and Super Nintendo. As you can see from this model, people were kind of wondering, there is no connection between the different lands. So each land is only going to have supposedly one entrance and one exit. That'll be interesting to see how that works. I think it'll be very immersive, but I'm curious to see how the traffic flow will work through that. Next one we'll move to over there is Dark Universe. Can't see much from the angle behind it, but we'll definitely go look at it. Alrighty, made my way over here to the Dark Universe. Main thing we see right from this angle is going to be the main dark ride. Don't remember the name. I don't know if it's officially been named yet, but it is going to be an armed dark ride. Exact same system as Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. So same system. Supposedly we'll have a lot more physical elements. And you can kind of see a lot of the queue line here. That looks like it goes through like an old garden and graveyard that looks super, super cool, by the way. I really like how this looks already. I haven't even been in the ride yet. I do believe this is going to be a food location off to the right here with the giant windmill. And then we obviously see the coaster. That is going to be themed to Wolfman. Can't quite see the train really well. I don't know if that will be actual final train concept or not. I believe it is going to be a kind of a spinning coaster. You can kind of see the station back there. Obviously going to be what kind of looks like a couple show elements. And then you'll come out into the main run area over here. And then obviously you have the main town back there too. I think we'll have the big dining hall area for this area, the big eating area. Again, this is my most anticipated location just because I really like the classic Universal monsters. And I think this ride will blow people away. I'm really hoping it's actually scary and not just kind of scary. I'm hoping it's got real jump scares in it. I think that would be super fun. So our next corner here that's surprisingly not that busy is going to be the Wizarding World. Obviously, all themed to the Ministry of Magic right here. This is what this giant, absolutely massive show building is over here. It's going to be the whole inside, including the queue for the ride and the actual ride. You can kind of see the streets over there. Can't get a super good angle of it without looking from really above. But you can kind of see what it all will look like. I'm really curious to see the entrance of the Ministry will look like. That is what I'm probably most excited for, is to see that. And I do believe back there, I think it's going to be the main dining location. Kind of looks like it with that big show building back there. But again, this looks great. Definitely a little bit of a smaller space to see because most of it is inside here. So right before we come to the kind of Isle of Berk, I did want to show off kind of the ride path. There has been a lot shown for this new dueling coaster. Again, forgive me, I don't remember the name. It's gotten really late. I've been at work all day. But this will be a dueling coaster. If you haven't seen, they have been testing it. Footage of that is very, very cool. It's a very long dueling coaster too. This thing is massive. And again, I'm super excited for this ride. I think this will be a super fun ride. Again, I'm curious to see how it affects the skyline of this area because you definitely will be able to see it from that different angle. And here comes kind of our best angle for the Isle of Berk. This will be the Dragon Training Coaster. That is kind of themed to Toothless cutting off the wings of the coaster, making it kind of go crazy. It is a very big coaster. It goes through this whole area that I do believe has a show scene at some point. They've shown a lot of this. And then it will go through the tunnel over there and wrap back around over there. So it does cover a lot of the land. Obviously, this area, I note for a fact, is the main dining hall that I think looks really, really cool. I think this will probably be the coolest dining hall location just for thematics. Over here, they do have that flat ride that is kind of that like spinning flying ride that you don't see a whole lot in America, I feel like, but there's a lot in Europe. But it's cool to see it themed. But this is definitely probably the biggest area footprint-wise. It is really, really big with a lot of land in it. Obviously, you can't quite see it from this angle, but if you look right here, just about, that is going to be the Splash Battle ride over there. If you haven't seen one of those, they have one like Legoland. They're getting pretty popular. You will get very, very wet on those type of things. And then off to the very, very left side, the one last thing is going to be right there, and that is going to be the theater showing off the How to Train Your Dragon live action show. That is in China, I want to say, is where it is right now. There is one in somewhere right now, so we're getting the same one. So sorry, it is a bit loud in here, so sorry if you can hear me talking too well. I'm not trying to be too loud. The one thing I did want to mention is the AR app, so you can download it, and it kind of works with a couple of different things, usually like 3D models of them, but I do think it's pretty cool looking. It was going to be really hard to do with one hand, so maybe when I'm here with someone else, I can do that, so we can kind of show you what it looks like. We'll definitely be back probably very soon to come through and do this store again when it's not so nuts, because obviously tonight was the opening night of the new nighttime shows and opening day for DreamWorks, so obviously it was going to be very, very busy. But we're about done with this store right now. Again, tune back. We will come back hopefully when it's less busy, show off a little bit closer look at the merch, and show off a lot more of the model. Because again, I love theme park models, so that's kind of a dream come true to see one before it's even opened. But we'll go end off real quick in just a moment. So there's a look at the new preview center. I mean, I really like that kind of design of a preview center. I think it was so smart to do that. Obviously, there's rumors we might getting a Nintendo store where the Cinnabon used to be because they tore that all out now. So very excited to see that too. But again, I'm just so excited to finally see a model of a park. I mean, the scale, when you really scale it up, it's going to be a massive, massive park. I would definitely go check out some like aerial photos and stuff from BioReconstruct on Twitter. It's super cool to actually see the park being constructed. And obviously I'm so excited for it to finally open here in the next year. So again, super excited for that. And again, don't get me wrong, I love that new nighttime show. And I do think it's better than definitely a lot. I don't think it's the best nighttime show I've ever seen. I think that is a little bit of recency bias, but I do really like the addition of the drones. I definitely think they should have utilized it a little bit more, but I'm very excited to see if they do a Horror Night show in the future, because that could end up being one of my favorite shows. But thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back really soon.